Oni. So thank you again for this second follow-up. I think we had an agenda. So first part of the agenda was obviously to review the the process which I identified, but maybe I'll switch it around. And Rahlo, I know you have various questions and concerns that you want to address, so maybe we'll put that first and foremost. Ashkan, anything you want to add before we get to the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Q&A with
I just
Rahlo?
want to, yeah, yeah. I just want to tell you guys that there is two parallel strategies running here together. Okay, one is what that's why I brought you guys, Leon, Dr. Leong, right? Especially you. One is of a very high structure, efficiency, communication, simplicity, and clarity going this way, and one strategy also coming together of practically whatever else or yes and no. So it's like yin yang, like how you say nothing and everything. Let me explain why. Again, because Rahlo, because of what he has been through, and again, we don't need to get to it, and she's very artist. She has not been able to work with this level, and she's still getting wants to make sure it's wow. Is it true? Really? Yes, it is true. So I want to make sure as we're gonna delve into today specifically, we're gonna delve into and Dr. Leong, I'm gonna have you just because sometimes some people read and some people don't read, and that's okay. So I want to make sure that you can take like 5 minutes and go over these. By the way, these are just Rahlo. These are just options that we come up with, and in no shape or form are exactly we can do one first, second, third. Uh, so we can do many things. But for today, I want him first. Maybe they understand the way he wrote, so I'm going to have him orally tell
Okay.
you one, two, and again, Rahul has a court date tomorrow, and
Yeah, okay.
everything can change because we are at the mercy of the court. So
Okay.
everything might change. So
Okay.
so if it doesn't change, we have opportunity to work. And I know that by end of the month, you guys are gonna get there. So right now
Okay.
we're getting prepared. But for structure, that's why you're here, Dr. Leon. I'm
All
gonna
right.
have you get
Okay.
those three options, and then I
Yeah.
come back and I tell you about Rahul's side, how we can get at it.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
That's good. So I'll give a quick 5-10 minute overview of how I suggest we try to move this forward. I even gave a timeline. You know, when Andrew and I in Spain, so we hopefully will return within the next couple of weeks, and we have much thanks to that to Ashkan for that great favor, which we owe him so much dearly.
Please stop.
So. But in before we return, we're going to do some groundwork. So, assuming the path that I described is good. I'm going to prepare some of the groundwork with the individuals which I name that I would like to introduce as to help sell the art and antique. So my goal is once we return to the US, and depending on when Ashkan, oh, Rollo just dropped out, so we need to get her back in before we.
Yeah, she will get on. Yeah. So by the way, she's right now working with her different areas: emotional,
No, I
spiritual,
understand. That's why I want to
mental,
record this so she can take
financial,
time
and
listening to
physical.
this.
All five.
Yeah,
No, she will.
yeah.
And by the way, just so you know, I'm Rahlo. Okay, so I mean it's recording. Let's
Oh no,
not.
no,
Oh
she's
shoot.
coming back. All right.
So, no.
So
But I'm
she's
just
back.
saying that we are. Yeah, good.
All right.
Ra-
So
so so
Ralo,
Rahlo,
yeah, I
you
seem
got
to have
dropped off.
lost you and reconnect. Hopefully you can listen in on this. But anyway, this is recorded, so you can just
But let me
watch this
see.
at your leisure later on.
I
So
want to make sure she can hear us though. Rahlo, you're
she's
on
on mute
mute.
right
You
now. She's on mute
you
right
don't need to
now.
be on
So
video. Can you say hello? Can you unmute? Okay.
Oh,
can you hear
Okay.
us?
okay.
Can you hear
Yeah,
us?
I could hear you.
Okay,
Yes.
good. All right. Anyway, so let me carry on.
Take two.
So the goal is for me and Andrea to prepare in the next 2 weeks while we're here some of the items. I'll describe that down the road. But when we come back, depending on when Ashkan will come and visit us, New York. If it's later on, then Andrew and I will probably travel out ourselves, Ralu, to visit you and start seeing the items and start inventory. And I've got two specific items that I really want to focus on specifically for the star players that I mentioned. So one of them is the Dante book, right? If it is what we think it is, then it may be extremely, extremely valuable. And that I'm going to clip out the video, the previous recording that we have. I'm going to clip out that part of it. I'm going to do a little bit of background research on it. And I'm going to prepare that and forward that to both Todd Volpe, but the person that I think will be extremely interested will be Salwa Sedan. She, like I said, runs the gallery, but she's also a very, very close friend with the Louvre Museum. As you know, the famous Louvre Museum is in Paris, but they have a Louvre Museum also in Dubai, which recently, I think Ashkan sent me the thing, is now rated the richest city in the world. I think Ashkan, you sent me that.
Yes, yes, I
Okay, so
saw
they
that.
have
Yeah.
plenty of money. So the Louvre Library, I believe, if this is the book that we think it is, will be kicking themselves to buy this at many tens of millions. Okay, so that's
This
why
is
I think.
only, yes,
So
please.
anyway, so if there's the book that we think it is, we will prepare that. I will send that both to Todd Volpe, but I'll also send that to Salwa for her Louvre Museum. So I'll clip that video and I'll prepare a deck. I'll send that obviously to the group here to review it first before I send it out. So you get to review it and make sure that everything I put there is the way it should be. The other one is the painting by who's the famous artist again?
Ruben?
We don't know.
Uh,
Ruben.
No, no,
yeah,
no.
Ruben.
There is no signature. They couldn't find
Yeah,
any
whatever it
signature.
is,
Oh,
but
you think, no, 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 you think it was Ruben. You
Todd
think it was Ruben.
Volpe is
My
a
husband
world
used to
class. Yeah,
say this is my room.
Todd Volpe
Yes.
is a world class expert appraiser. He was brought on a team to appraise a Jackson Pollock painting, which was unknown. He was appraising it at $50 million. Okay, so he's a world class thing. So that painting, I will send that to Todd Volpe to hook him onto that. Okay. So those are two high-end ticket items that will be sent to. So Top Volpe will get the painting and the book. Sawa will get the book. I will obviously mention that there's more to the collection than this, but these are just two items for them just to like bait them to begin with. Okay. Now for the
Yes.
private viewing, which I suggest that we set up, I will invite both Todd Volpe. I will invite Kathy and Saji. Okay, so Kathy owns her own high-end antique and furniture. She sells to the rich clientele in New York City. So she will go for, because I saw in your collection you had some very, very beautiful furniture chairs, antique chairs. So those items, I believe she'll be extremely, extremely interested. And so things like the lamp, those kind of thing. And Sajid is a antique collector. He's hooked up with all the antique collectors in the tri-state, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. So my goal is to invite them for private viewing only. Again, because they all have a busy schedule, I'm not going to promise that they're all going to be able to attend on that day. But that's what I'm proposing, to get them to come for a private viewing. And at that private viewing, I may do a Zoom to Sawa as well. So the private viewing is to basically allow people like Cassie and Saji to look at items valued from $1 to $100,000 and say, yeah, I want to buy this set of 4 chairs and I'll give you whatever. Here's the checkbook. I'll buy it for whatever thing. Okay. So that is to basically, so our goal is to get by the end of November $100,000 to $200,000 seed fund to allow us to basically fund what we do. And the funding is to get a warehouse at least a 10,000 square feet. I believe you mentioned your current gallery space is 3,000, but you can see it's already too crowded. So we need something more substantial, 10,000 square feet warehouse. Now I'm going to ask Cassie because she has her own warehouse. I don't think it's that size for her own art, her own collection put in there. But I'll ask because the warehouse has to be very, very secure. Because if we're putting things of this magnitude in there, we have to ensure that the warehouse is fully secure. Is security cameras outside and inside. I have my private partners do that for us well. I also suggest that we do not hire a moving company to move the good because I want as
We are
little
not. It's
people
professionals.
do it
Professionals,
to
yeah.
as possible. But what I suggest to do is that we hire someone full time to move the item from your existing gallery to this warehouse. And during that moving of each item, they will catalog each one because I want them to do the photograph, the description, the appraisal, based either on existing receipts that your husband bought these items, or Google or similar items that are being sold previously that can be appraised, or we bring expert appraisals
I
like
can
Todd
hear
Bolt,
you now.
Cassie.
Hold on
Anyway,
one
you
second.
can watch it. So we can bring in expert appraisals to do that. So, because one of your questions, you don't know how much to sell these. Well, these are where you need the appraisal. You know, are you selling too cheaply? Is selling too expensive? Whatever. And then obviously the provenance, which we need to, at least identify those artworks, etc. So all those have to be done. While we're doing that in parallel, we'll continue trying to sell the items that we can to people like Cassie, Saji, and the high-end things through Todd or Sawa. So we're not just going to stop selling. So we're going to try and raise 100 to 200,000 by the end of November. So that will give us at least some cash to allow us to get the warehouse, allow us to get this custodian and this trusted custodian curator that will move the item by item and do the documentation fully. I think myself and Andrew will be super busy with what Ashkan has for us, so we probably have to find a private individual that we trust to do that. Or you can do it, Ralu, if you obviously want to take on that task. But I suggest not to because you're going to have a lot on your plate as well. So that is the overview, okay, of what I propose. So just a summary again is I'll host a private event with these individuals, which I'll invite, which will hopefully buy some of the ticket item and raise the 100 to 200,000 by the end of next month. I will then clip out the two high ticket items, which is Dante book and the oil painting, which I'll send to both Todd Volpe and Sawa in the Middle East. And those tickets item, which in principle, if they're what they turn out to be, those will be worth, maybe tens of millions of dollars. So, so that is what I am proposing for us moving forward. But we need to raise at least 1 to 200,000 by November to do what we need to do moving forward, which is the warehousing and hiring this custodian to document and move the item to the necessary warehouse. So anyway, so that is what I'm proposing. So Ralu, if you have any questions or concern, shoot them my way, and hopefully I'll be able to answer all of them for you. Ashkan, is that good? Is there any question you want to ask?
So yeah, I was actually waiting for this to kind of because I'm very sequenced, so I can open up the next chapter of this association. I have some of the world's most powerful, prominent money people and personnel in my arsenal, and some of them again. Just to be clear, whenever we make opportunity for anyone worldwide, anyone, they have to go by our conditions, and if they are not, they just go off of the list. So I will do the communication on behalf of Rahlo with anyone.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't want let me explain a few things. This, first of all, there is absolute, if there was no trust, because me and Rahlo talked 6 months, she's very still apprehensive, not with you guys, with what can happen. And any wrong move, wrong person, she will get target. If we become a target, now, of course, we can handle, as you guys know, we also work with amazing people. But what we want to do as much as we can, we want to become like fish. And we want to create this beautiful, magnificent universe for her under the sea. And whoever, just to understand the analogy, so this is a Kabbalistic analogy. So whoever wants to get wet, they have to put the goggles, they have to put on the whole suit and come under the sea with us. If they don't, they're not going to see what's under the sea. So that's how clear we are. And I will also share with you guys, one of my cousins right now here. So Dr. Leon, as I said, you are so incredible with your wife, right?
Thank you.
So on this project, you are the leader with me, and me and you are going to be dancing tango, cheek to cheek. And we're going to be so close together that, look, we do our best to make sure it's not just about Rahlo. As I said before, I have a company here. We have a company, non-profit and for-profit. This is the side of the profit. And right now, because of my new level and expertise, we need to make sure everyone make the best opportunity out of this. According to the court tomorrow, she will let us know what the court says, and then we go from there. That's a big one. But I was waiting for this, and now also I'm going to open up my doors. Okay. And my doors are, and again, Dr. Leong, I want you to be in charge of I'm going to be the architect, and I want you to create.
Okay.
I don't know how you do it, but then done. So you have again, Dr. Nara is very good at, but she has a different job, right? The way with Rahlo was here, you guys met, you went back to New York, and it's not only on this project, that's your signature. And by the time you go back, the drive, so Rahlo Drive is something private that we create that only you, me, Dr. Natalie, Dr. Leong has access. That's where all the documents, and please don't send documents anymore until I tell you. Whenever I tell you all the documents that you have, 200 of them, not a problem. We will get them in, and then he'll be able to organize them under categories. That's one. And then he also created item numbers. We want to, in the next month or two, we want to put our hands on 10 items. So, and I didn't want to say which one. The reason, Dr. Leong and Andrew, I want to give you guys the full 100% opportunity to completely not even inhibit you. Be yourself, bring what you have, the way you are, and you did it. So you unleashed. And that's beautiful because I want to build on you, right? And what I'm going to do is we have already multiple people of money, interest, including another art dealer from another German person in New York. We want to make sure this is the system, this is the team. And one thing I'm telling you, Dr. Leon, doesn't matter if they come from my cousin from Italy, which is $1 billion, or comes from under my table. However this goes down, this is the team. That means Clystar, and Naraton Enterprise, the entities have joined to handle this. That's what's going on. And I will do that. And in the case of Rahlo, tomorrow when she goes to the court, she has to know potentially they're going to give her opportunity that maybe she has a choice. Maybe that she has a choice that she can keep this place for 6 months and she has to pay some money there.
Okay.
Or not. Now, tomorrow when we know, then that would be the next action. So if she can keep it, she has to make a choice. Does she want an uncertain amount? Does she want to pay the X amount of money there? Or she has to make a choice. Because what she can do is, in this a small area, she has a friend that can take out all those furniture and not to buy it. They can take it and rent it, rent. And not a problem. If some of your people want to go buy it, they can buy it over there. And this way, the warehouse will empty in the middle. And I have to see if it's going to be adequate area. It's funny that you're in New Jersey, that you be able to go and, we can do what we want to do to the artifacts. That would be number one. And the way you have 1, 2, 3, that's exactly what I told Rahul also. Sometimes when you put time and we put our hands up and we dug into it, there's not a There's not a magic. Art, antiques at such a level, when people come in there, they see her, they know immediately. She might know a few things, but they know immediately she's a target to become a victim. And they
Oh
want to do
yeah.
three things. If they are quacks, they want to just whatever. And some people did, by the way. Okay, they want to take few pieces, and they did. Or two, they know what's up. They come in, and it happened also already. Okay, they can't. They say, oh, and they don't tell her what they saw. Oh, they saw. They don't tell her, and they want to kind of when they know what's in there, right? They're not honest like you. As soon as you and your wife are going through the video, oh, hold on, Dante. See, you're fully transparent, and this is what I like about you. Other people did it, but they didn't go Dante. They go, oh. And later they said, oh, and they tried to. And again, Rahlo's been around, so she might not know much, but look, this is her what she has for herself and her kids, so she want to do absolutely protect it. But is she overprotective? Yes, and not because of her fault, because of what happened to her with all these people. That's why brought me in, so I can put a team together, and now we are there. So tomorrow we will know
Okay.
if the court will give her that opportunity, and then I have to talk to her for her to make a choice. Rahlo has to make a choice. So if she can keep it in this warehouse for
I
6 more
couldn't hear
months,
you.
oh, Rahlo, tomorrow
I
when you
didn't
go
hear
to
you.
the tomorrow,
Tomorrow what?
tomorrow when you go to the court,
I didn't
and
hear what you said tomorrow.
I'm saying when you go to the court tomorrow and you will know your option, when you understand tomorrow you might have an option. They might give you some more time. Tomorrow possibility, if they give her 3 months, 6 months, she has to pay X amount. She has to pay so much money more.
Okay.
In that point, she doesn't have much time. I have to talk to her, and she has to make a quick choice because it's very sensitive. Does she want to pay that X amount and buy more time in here because we are new? 3 months, 6 months, we have to do what we want to do, or she just gonna say, you know what, I have to pay X amount anyway, and now Ashkan has brought the world best team for me, so maybe now it's not me anymore. I'm not alone. So she's gonna say collectively, I don't want to pay that X amount. I'd be happy to start committing, moving the stuff out. Now, if you want to move the stuff out, she will know how much time she had. They give her like you have 2 weeks, a month. If you pay X amount, you have so much more time. If you don't pay X amount, example, 2 weeks. So we need to work with those deadlines tomorrow. And as it stands, we don't know. So all the options you brought is correct. And yes, we need about some $100,000 for custodians to come in. And yes, you did correctly. We want to kind of point out some of those items that are less expensive to raise that 120,000. That's yes. And then to your contacts, absolutely. The two items, the Dante and the what we called, let's just call it the David's painting, the David's King David. Let's call it King David original. So the King David original, those are yes, absolutely. Look, it already with your contacts, they already created that they're gonna get those, right? And yes, I'm gonna make myself available as soon as we make sure that your wife got approved. Is it end of the month? Is it first week of November? Me and you're gonna talk so I can come in. We're gonna do that, yes. And also, meanwhile, by tomorrow, that because if we don't have time and we have to be ready for any scenarios, reactive
All right.
or proactive. So in this case, I will also release my contacts to you, Dr. Liang, and we make one database. So we create one database of because I was talking to some people with Rahlo before. There's a gentleman named Marco Derhi, okay, and his family is a billionaire in Monaco, and then he came to America. He became somebody powerful like Jackson, who's a friend of mine, and he doesn't work much. He's not married. He got sick. He wanted to commit. He wanted to do what I'm doing with you. He wanted to come in and as a favor to me, and very well to do. The family is worth $1 billion, real estate and entertainment, not regular entertainment. Hi, and something else. So we have that. we have Jackson Chung that we talked about. So we have Jackson and we have that. And then I have also my cousin from Italy. First, I send him a few things, and because we don't have any video, we don't have any document, because I have anything from Rahlo, he completely passed. And that's what happens with people who are very serious and they deal with billionaires. As soon as they see we don't have anything, they shut it down. They would
Well, that's
rather,
what I
and
said.
Rahlo needs to know this. Rahlo needs to
Yeah.
understand this. And she had this experience herself. People who are serious, they're not going to take this seriously. Because if you're serious, if you have an item that you want to get 1.5 million, 2 million maximum, you're going to have to do the work. And if you don't do the work, yes, we can give it to auction house. So that's why today's like the best day, the first day after our Yom Kippur. And I know this is going to happen, by the way, because you send out your projection. I already knew this. That's one to, and I'm going to let Rahlo also say a few things, but I will be handling Rahlo's communication,
Okay.
from the people. They talk to
Yeah.
me, they're talking to Rahlo. So I will be the
Yeah.
point of communication for her. So there's no misunderstanding, with them. And believe me, I am respectful for everyone's time and energy. In this case, because of the sensitivity and also because of a lack of resources and funding for now, we are not going to be very, how you call it? What's the word? Very, uh, as we are very giving. We are very, there's a big word for it. We're not going to be very accommodating. Okay, so we're going to be, and yes, we tell them the truth. We are not accommodating because 1, 2, 3. So if please, you can do us a favor on that very happy day, you can move things around and be here. Then we thank you, and then you will have an opportunity also to do business with us. So we can, so we're going to create a date that almost maybe works for everyone, and also including for my cousin from Italy. I want him to come down because it's family, and I'm going to show you guys who that. And I called him just a few days ago. I begged him. I cried. No, I didn't cry. So I said, Moshe Tabibnia. He goes, what? I said, listen, you are the foremost expert, in arts, and he's the number 1 or number 2 in the world in any rock antiques, okay? Any. And then also, some other things. So I need you, your current, everybody loves you. They give him a third title in Italy. So I need your help. Whatever you need to do, you need to do it. He goes, why? I said, because of me. He goes, okay. So he's going to be as an advisor to us as a favor.
All
And
right.
I'm going to share his writing because I want Rahlo to see who he is. I'm going to www.moshetabibnia.com. I'm going to show you guys. He has a museum himself, his own museum in Milan. Okay. And again, we can only, there's thousands of people like that. Me and Rahlo went together to my other friend. So this is also going to come into to our list. It's going to be, it's no more Dr. Leong, it's no more your contact, is our contact.
Understand. Our contact. Yeah.
And this is Ser Slavin. Ser Slavin was from either from Singapore or where you are from, or from Vietnam. And he was not treated properly. He came to America and he said, okay, I work hard from the beginning. And in the art world, if you're not from aristocrat, if you don't have treasures, it's like mafia. They don't let you in. All he got in. And right now he owns probably one of the most prominent galleries in the world. So on the steps of you are not here, but on the steps of Rodeo Drive, when you go up, where, they take pictures over there, that's his gallery, and it's a friend of mine, and I did events there with him. So he's somebody that can handle few of the items, and me and Rahlo went in, she saw, and by the way, Rahlo is not what you saw that day. They changed the art there daily, and because the space over there, Rodeo Drive there is very expensive. They change it weekly, the space for there. So I want to do 2 things. This gonna get added. Plus, I want to get Rahlo's art, that one, there too. So this is the number, like again, we have Italy, we have the area there, Milan, we have Champs-Élysées, Rodeo Drive, gallery like that. Believe me, it's a statement. So I'm going to bring in all my contacts that we have, the one we talked to Rahlo, under the same one people, and we're going to be careful that who is going to get opportunity, just because some of them we are ready and some of them we are not ready for them. So we'll be fair, like like your friend from Sabah. We need to be fairly be ready for him too, because at the end of the day, everyone's time, resources is valuable, and we need to be able to handle both sides. And I believe at 95%, if we follow this protocol that we set aside today collectively, Rahlo, you will have your maximum money that you desire, maximum. And also, what we're going to do, how do we get paid, right? How do we get paid? We will create 2 tiers with Rahlo's permission, and she's happy. We look at something where we create 2 tiers. Tier 1, maximum value. If you're able to, Rahlo, Rahlo, you have your hat. She has this hat on right now. So maximum value for such a hat is $5,000. If we achieve the 5,000, then the house takes 20%. Okay, maximum, not 30, maximum. Okay, maximum 20. And then minimum, so we put things we don't know, right? So we be careful. But the things we know, maximum price is antique, treasure. So we get 20%. So we also have because our team is one, but we might have to have people come in, they bring people, we might have to pay them money too. So 20% is good on some items. And otherwise, if it's quick, we don't know, we have to move quick, then the minimum 10%. So 10% if it's low price. And then I'm going to write that down, what that means. So Rahlo will also be very comfortable. And the reason, because we have this opportunity right now to do that, because Rahlo is family and she trusts me implicitly and trusts you guys now. Of course, Dr. Natal is beyond saying. Dr. Natal is right here as just a second. So if I'm not around, she can take over. And again, it's very sensitive. And yes, I'm doing this number one. We're all friends. I'm doing this number one reason to make money. Okay, that's number one. Of course, good money, good people, being honored for Rahlo's number one. Number two, because Rahlo is very close to me, and now she has trusted us with her future. It's right there, and something else, right? And number three, this is probably our best project. So when I say best project, the Royal Elite, the one that you guys got, Dr. Leon, that's number 2 now. So before we started Rahlo, that project, I have like maybe 7, 8, because our project department, venture department, Dr. Natalie, she's the captain. So she slowed down. We were getting like many projects because they know what we can do. Alchemist. We had, so she said, Ashkan, please, let's have. So we got rid of many projects. Royal Elite that you have right now is it was number 1, no more. Rahlo, not herself, she's amazing. She has no numbers, but her treasure has the highest whatever it has in non-atone enterprise. When I, as a founder, when I say highest, that means highest. That means everything. My time, our best partners, okay? And it's not the which partner who came when. It's how do people represent themselves. It could be 3 days, And that's why Rahlo right now, not you, you got the best on you too. That's Dr. Nader is on you. So that's you. You got the best there. But for your antiques, Dr. Leong and Andrea, we are a match. We understand each other. Somehow, all craziness, just what's going on. My mother, father, I don't know what happened. So you are also know that Rahlo in our 20,000 relationships and 2,000 experts worldwide and 200 organizations, we have brought you the best, not the second, only the best. So I want to make sure all of you guys recorded here privately. So in the future, we never have a question. Now, we're all going to do our best at 100%. At the end of the day, when we do our best with a good intention and integrity and good heart, nothing's guaranteed. God makes different things. Somebody comes in, that's not up to us. As long as we do our job, we have to expect that we're going to have good results for Rahlo, for ourselves, again, behind you, collectively. And I've been waiting to do such a kind of a partnership. It's January since me and Rahlo started, even December, we started talking about this. This is not a good situation for her. For us, it's pleasure. For us, it's wow. Oh my God. Yeah. But for her, it's been a pressure. At night, she doesn't sleep. It's taking away from herself, her health, and her family, and what she wants to do with us. Really, for her, it's Not it's a pressure, but it's not negative, but it's pressure. For us is pleasure. So I want to make sure, and Rahlo, please look at this video. I know you don't, but please take this
No,
video and watch.
yeah,
No, no,
my
please listen. No, let me please watch it another 2 times. And the last one, the last video that we had first for you is all private. 1, 2. Watch it each one 2 times, each one. And so really, Crystal, the point is for us now, Henny, and what did I say? Rahlo, we are coming to take the pressure away from you and replace it with a pleasure. But you have to be willing, you have to be wanting, and you have to let us, okay? And as you are, so today's the day. Now I want to let Rahlo to say a few things, but going forward, as
Okay.
I said, I will be the point of communication for Rahlo when I will talk on her behalf. Anybody has a question, I check with her, then I will answer them. So the reason there's no
No, I totally
misunderstanding.
agree with that. Yeah, I totally agree with that. So any
No, not that she
communication I
can
have with
handle.
my dealers, it has to go through you, Ashkan. I totally
No, no,
agree
no,
with
no,
that
no. Let me tell you
100%.
something. I don't want to. Hold on. I
Yeah,
don't want to. I don't want it to go
yeah,
through me. But
but
let me
it has
explain.
to. Yeah,
No, no, no. I tell you
yeah,
straight because all family
yeah.
here now.
I know.
Sometimes, example,
Yeah,
Rahul is a mother, in the morning, at night, she
yeah, I
didn't
know.
sleep.
Yeah,
She wants to answer properly, but then she's pressured by this, that person.
I know.
So I want to make sure the reason is not because, look, we can talk to her anytime. The reason I'm trained. I'm trained under any
I know.
circumstances at 99% to handle
I know.
communication, whoever it is. This way,
But yeah.
yeah.
But what I say is the art and antique business is a ruthless business. So it needs ruthless business people like you and me to deal with. Let's be upfront,
I'm not
okay?
ruthless.
So Ralu
Actually, I'm
will
very
protect you.
nice.
No,
I'm
no.
very nice.
Ruthless does not mean bad. Ruthless can mean
Oh,
fair. All right.
oh.
Because I'm ruthless doesn't mean I rip people off. Absolutely not. But ruthless means I don't allow other people to rip me off. That's what ruthless means. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no, no,
ruthless
no,
does
no.
not
You're
mean
right. You're right. But
so.
but there's what I
So,
do
well,
is,
and
yeah.
we're here to protect. We're here to protect you, Ralu. So, anyway, Ralu, do you have any
Remember,
questions or
and make a
concerns
lot of
that you
money.
want me to
So,
address?
yeah, go ahead,
Any
Rahul.
questions,
Your end.
Ralu? Any questions that you want to
it,
us to
it
answer?
is the best is the best feeling for me to make sure I'm in a good hands, which thank you.
Well, you're in the best
Moving these
hand.
items, thank God.
You're in the
Wow.
best hand. We will.
Moving these items is not such an easy
Oh, I know. I
because the
estimate it will
store
take
is
3
next to
months.
me.
Yeah. I don't want to
I
hire
didn't hear
a
you. It's
moving. I don't want to
what's
hire a moving company to move it all in one day. If we get the money to get the warehouse, we will move this item by item. If there's 1,000 items, which appears to be, then it will take up to 3 months, literally, to move those items and catalog each one. So we need a minimum of 3 months if we have to move these items, which I believe we do, because right now, like you said, all the paintings it's just impossible for anyone to be viewing these artwork. It has to be long term. I mean, short term, yeah, we can get some of the items sold but long term, we want to sell some of these ticket items. It has to be properly documented, including the provenance, including the appraisal. All that has to be done, and we will take care of that, Ralu. Okay, we will take care of that. You will always supervise it. Therefore, nothing will be done without your permission. Okay, nothing will be done. So everything we will lay in front of you, and we say this is what we recommend. Okay, so you can rest assured that nothing will be done without your permission. Okay, and that will
yes,
be your ultimate safeguard. Therefore, every item that's moved, every item that's sold has to have your permission and your sign off. Okay, so we will, and like I said to you, I totally trust Ashkan, and I believe he trusts me, and I've shown enough uh, things to show that what we do for you will be, like I said to you, will be of the utmost integrity. Okay, which is not what this art and antique world is. But luckily, I know that. Like I tell you, one of our star players, Todd Volpe, he went to jail for embezzling $300,000. right? So I was upfront with you. I'm not going to hide that, but that's where they are doing. But he's still extremely expert. He's still that, and that's where the arm will. But we will protect you from that because we know where these people are coming from, and that's what I mean about asking about us being ruthless. We will protect you with our ruthlessness, so that people like Top Volpe, we will keep our eyes on him to make sure that he stays on the straight and set and remain professional. And the deal that we close with him will be done legitimately, and you will get a fair price, a high price for that. So that's what I meant by we being ruthless on your behalf, ensuring that you get the best deal possible. Okay. So anyway, but we will wait for tomorrow's result. So it sounds like we have to wait for tomorrow. And based on that, we can either move on with the plan that I put
Your plan is
forward.
good. And I'm also going to give my contacts.
Depending on what
give me
outcome
share.
tomorrow is.
Give me share capability. Share capability. Share capability.
Yeah, all right.
Share.
I'll share.
I want to show you guys some. And again, everything we talk for now with antiques and this end, Rahlo, everything for now stays in this group where we don't discuss other groups.
Absolutely.
No, only to us. Only to us.
No,
with you.
No problem. Let me share this and show you guys something. More share. And again, I didn't cry to my cousin, but I told him something, there. Share. Habibnia.com. All right, let me go back to how do you share? Me, not so technical. Hold on.
Just go downstairs, go down to the Zoom. You should see a share. Yeah, we can see it. Yeah, we can see your screen. Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, there you go.
So
we see it. More shares.
So
yeah.
So he went 40 years ago from Israel to Italy, and he was sweeping the floor for his uncle.
Yeah.
And in 40 years, he's a billionaire for sure.
Yeah.
And you can go ahead and later Moshe. So he's gonna be as an advisor.
Yeah.
And he has many people. And the only reason I just didn't want to tell Rahlo before, the reason he passed because there was no information, there was no pictures, nothing. That's why he passed quick.
Yeah.
And he can materialize and
Ashkan, he is only in rock business. I don't have much rock.
No. He is in rock, but also all the people that he only sells to people that are billionaire and more. He does not work with anyone that is less. So the reason that he only sells, understand, people who buy collections, his rocks, and we can and again, he's there to help because he likes me, likes my family, he's like my brother. And when I got married, and I went to Italy, and then my son, I forgot, my son, Ariel should be Italian because he was from there, So, very nice person, amazing person. Tabibni also, good heart, but it's very powerful, very powerful. President of Italy, ministers, they're just all, he doesn't have in his pocket. He's just have a lot of power. In the world, he's probably top 3, top 2, any rock of its kind. And we finished with this story. So he came here maybe 20 years ago. When I was 15, 18, 20, I used to drive him, and he used to sell rugs and stuff back then. Imagine. So now he doesn't do that anymore. He does it at the level of museums. And one time he came to Los Angeles, and wherever he goes, they follow him because they know that's where the money and the deal is. And sure enough, he didn't tell anyone, not even us. His telephone went blank. And then in North Carolina, there was a piece of rock that was in a newspaper. He saw black and white on a newspaper. So he went there himself, and they only wanted $10,000 for this. Somebody else found out, and they went over there and they bid 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 250. And then, of course, you go to that guy was on the phone with the other person. He wasn't himself. He goes himself so he can make a decision. He was right. Again, I don't want to say, but potentially, I think this carpet, which was just a runner, was from it's from Turkey, from the Sufi, and maybe it's from the Rumi time. So this particular, when he bought it 250, next morning, one of the museums, Louvre, where gave him a $10 million. I give you 10 million next morning.
Yeah.
Or was it 5 million, 1 million? But it's funny when you do Google, Moshe Tabibnia, Los Angeles, The Rock, you can read that story. And it was in Los Angeles time that this guy came, and I mean, he just went to North Carolina and bought that, and that's one of the pieces. Imagine how much he knows from a newspaper. And now I told him, listen, when we have things, I told him about you, Dr. Leong. I told him I have this amazing new partner, Dr. Leong, and Nana Tuono, these. So Rahlo is my cousin too. So you're my first cousin. She's also my first cousin. And after explaining, he goes, what? How come I don't know her? So, on my father's side, he's my father's brother's son, right? So funny, Rahul was also same to me because my mother's sister's son, daughter. There you go. and and again, he has head of the family because he also owns many condos. One here, one in very nice one, $5 million condo in New York back then he bought. So now when he comes, I told him, listen, we don't do this, you do. So yes, Rahul is right, rocks, but all the people who buy from him, when we clear, they are all the ones potentially to buy. I mean, not the regular ones, the very, very expensive ones. And again, we have that. And I'm going to, next day or two, I'm going to have Dr. Natalie organize the names. So I want to, we're going to be from Dr. Leong Ying, we're going to learn this system. And each name, we follow your signature. We're going to put Jackson, who's Jackson, and why. We put Moshe, who's Moshe, and why. So each one, we put the why. This way, by Friday,
well, what
we
I
should have it.
suggest to Ashkan, the Excel spreadsheet, Dr. Natalie, which I created, will have 2 pages, one for the artwork collection and one for the people, the dealers that potentially buy. So we'll use it, so that way we don't have too many documents. We use that spreadsheet
Absolutely, yes.
to add it. So
Yeah,
Natalie
and
and I
listen,
will keep the page.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely, yes.
I will do a summation. So Dr. Leon, thank you. Honestly, we just met you now. Well, I know 6 months. Me and Dr. Nali be talking to you, but we only know you with beautiful wife only 1 month, not 3 weeks. You were here, boom, and now we already have 1 project done. So, your film. Number 2, we have our biggest project now because on 921 we have a venture area, and now Rahlo's art or antiques has the highest priority for us. And then number 2 is the Royal Elite. And funny that our top 2 are with you.
Yes.
And it's a pleasure. It's just all about because we make sense. Money's out there, and everybody has money, but not everybody has our capability, understanding, collaboration, respect, and they don't have. So that's why they don't get this to this level. And we did very short. And I haven't met Dr. Natalie in person yet. And he is, I want to tell you guys this straight. So it's clear. And again, this video is not getting, other people cannot get it. So they don't get jealous.
Of course.
Dr. Natalie has the most power in non-autonomous enterprise. I don't have, she has. So it's funny to say that because I'm the creator, I'm the architect of the 20,000 relationships, 2,000 experts, and 200. What does that mean? I want to make sure that the non-autonomous enterprise is powered by women, not men. And because of that, that's why she's supposed to be the president. Well, we worked on that later. So we don't have a name yet. I took the word what Dr. Leong Ying said. So I said she's the captain something and whatever, something like that. So and now we call her the guardian. So just so you know. And so it's funny. Non-autonomous enterprise is like a male energy. I want it to be, but it's created by female energy and is run by female. So even Michelle Wilson, that you guys are going to get to know, she's in charge of money, funding, anything. Money, these, and all the structures, all the SOBs, all the platforms, all 12 divisions, the company, the foundation, everything's under Dr. Natalie's hand. So my hands are empty. Look at empty. And why I made it like that.
Here's my female boss.
No,
Here's
but look
my
at me.
boss, you see?
But I want to make sure you're one of the only men I like to work with. I don't work, look, I don't, not that I cannot work, I can, but I don't want anymore. I can work with any guy, also. But you know what? Around women, I do business, the more powerful they are, it's easier gets for me. There's no issue, there's no ego, there's no pride, there's no competitionness. And in my area, again, because of my company, because of what comes, your time, your wife's time, Ralu's time, not my job is the hardest 10 times to get it going, to hear Rahul is asking, is he real? I said, yeah, he's real. Okay. So when I get it to the point that it's all finished, initiation, communication, partnership, yeah, I usually just step back, and I always act like an architect. Just because there's things I don't know, I have done so much. People come in, even with us. Okay, we are one team now, so one team. We are not two, one. We are on this side. Everyone else is on the other side. By the way, and they come in. Oh, who's that? My partner. Well, I want to talk to you. Why? Dr. Leong handles that better. You want to see his paragraphs? Oh, I want to talk to you. People are different. No problem. I said, well, if you have the check ready, I talk to you, fine, or you talk to him. But the point is, this is not ego trip for people. There's a lot of power. But as soon as they come in and they have the wrong agenda, and please, I know, Dr. Leong, you are very good at this. Your job, I'm not a bad cop, okay? Your job is, you're the good cop. And remember, me and you are the fronts, right? And then Dr. Natalie and then your wife, they're all back. And Rahlo is the subject. So you mostly will be talking to them, talk to him. And then what happens? If it's wrong, my contacts, your contacts, don't worry about it. If it doesn't go, and I know you can handle, I can handle also. I'm a little bit easier. So point is, it's not a relationship, and they're gonna see you. Oh my God, how can I get in the movie? The man. I said, well, you have to talk to his wife on that one, because of our power. People are gonna come in and they're gonna lie to us to get to our resources or whatever we have. You have, I have, Sava, Ralo. This is specifically in the next 6 months or less, 3 months, 2 months, to completely take care of this situation with pleasure for us, and no more pressure, for Rahlo. And that's how we devised it. And today is a celebration. I know collectively, I like that word. We are 7 minutes away, but this absolutely, I thought we're gonna have six. Okay, fine, four. I got excited. I really thought we need four, getting together, talk, so Rahlo can ask questions. And again, with Rahlo, I did tell her, whenever Dr. Leong sends long paragraphs, read them 2 times, and also take notes. And also, Dr. Natalie sends you, read that too. And again, print them, because sometimes I know from our phone it's too small. That's why I print. Look, I print everything. And read them, because look, this is your antiques. This is yours. We are here together with you to get the maximum money for all of us. So that's why I don't make sure there's no misunderstanding on that end. And with that, I just want to make sure if Dr. Natalie and Dr. Lady Wen want to say anything, and then we have the last word for Rahlo, and then also our wonderful Leong.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, thank you all of you for your time. Rahlu, I just want to say that none of us believe in coincidence. All of us that we are here believe in the same God, believe in a purpose, and believe in goodness and fairness. You are in the hands of people that put morals first, that will take care of you because we have human decency and because we do care about our actions. We know that we are constantly judged by God on every little action we do. We are very respectful. I can imagine what you have been going through these months. So if you need to talk, I'm here for you, as a sister.
Thank you.
Okay, I understand this must be very difficult, but we want to help you because you deserve to relax, to lay back, and to let these people to serve you, because I can tell since I met you, your energy is so pure and beautiful. You're a good soul. You're an artist yourself. You should be focusing on your own paintings and arts, but we will help you with this. So we can all, as Ash can say, we're all gonna get benefit, but most important is the good action that we're making, because we're all doing this for a better good. And so if you have any trust issues with us, feel free to talk openly to us. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp or email or however you want, but we're all here for you, okay? And Ashkan has proved
Thank
to
you.
us to be one of the, listen,
Absolutely.
I barely trust people in this world, okay? Especially on business. I'm famous for not trusting anyone. Don't trust anyone. But Ashkan has, I've seen human decency in Ashkan that I have only seen in my husband before. So the reason I married this man,
We
Wow.
trust Ashkan
I
because
paid
of
for
his
that.
action. Because of his action, not because of his
Absolutely.
word. He backed his word with his action.
Yeah.
That's why we trust Ashkan 100% because of his action, not because of his words.
And I've
alone.
only seen that on my husband
Yeah.
and on Ashkan. And that's the reason I married my
Yeah.
husband. His actions speak louder than his words.
Yeah.
So we're here for you and we support you, and I'll send you my love, okay? Take much care, and that's all I want to say,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank you. Wow. Ooh,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Natalie.
Thank you.
So you
Very
heard my
nice.
boss, right? You heard what my boss said. So I have no choice. I have to do what my boss said. All right.
I'll go with your boss. I'll go with your boss.
Hello.
But
Good.
Rahlo,
All right. We're all answering to my boss.
I've said this before. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time for you to clear out the clutter, to get rid of all that old energy, and that's why we're here. So you can
All right.
engage in the inspirational art that you are here to create, and that's all. That's
As
all we want for you.
we are on that
Yes.
too.
Right.
We are on that.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr.
So
Leon.
anyway, that's a beautiful
Thank
end.
you.
So
We have 3
Rahlo,
minutes.
anything you want to say? Otherwise, we'll close this beautiful conversation
What-
and we'll wait
what-
for the court order tomorrow to see how we move forward. Right?
Yeah. What is the guarantee? What guarantee could I have at least? What is
Well,
the minimum
guarantee is
guarantee?
that you'll get money for your artwork. If you don't get money, then no artwork will leave your possession. That's the guarantee, all right? You will get money for every piece that goes out of your gallery, okay? And only you will decide how much, all right? So it's up to Ashkan and I to deliver the people that will buy this item. And we will tell you truthfully and fairly. And that's why we talk about the provenance and the appraisal. So we will give you the appraisal of each item based on either the ticket item, the receipt that your husband bought for it, or we will show you a site.
That's very difficult.
This carpet was sold similar to this for this price, $1 million.
No, he said
this
one
thing.
way.
So you know rough, and that's what I said. We will document that. So every item will have a photograph, will have a description, will have an appraisal, which is the dollar value, will have the provenance, if any provenance, okay? And you will have that database in front of you, and you will look at each one, okay? And you will see whether it's fair, whether the Dante book is worth 10 million, if that's why it's appraised at. You will say, all right, it's worth 10 million, or you say, no, I want more money for that, or no, this is so much money, I don't believe it can sell. You alone will make that judgment, okay? Then we will try to sell that at that appraisal value, which is the fair market value, okay? And again, only you will have the decision to say, yes, sell it, or no, I don't want to sell it, okay? You will always have that final decision.
You can keep some of them for your family. Keep some
Yeah,
for
no,
your family.
I would keep
By
some
the way,
now
the
for your
Dante
family.
books is only, and the Dante book is only 100 years old, not more.
Well, we will look at that. I mean, from what I looked at it, it looks a lot more than 100 years. But again, we have to appraise that, okay? I'm not an expert book appraiser. I'm a nuclear physicist, all right? So we need to bring expert people into this to appraise those value and give the real evaluation, okay? So
we
I'm not that
tomorrow.
expert.
Yeah, let's see. And Rahlo, this is not just about your antiques, and your antiques are there right now as we are all here. They are all there. So the most important is that, me and Dr. Natalie were able to put together a powerful team here for you that finally can handle A to Z for this to go forward. And some of them you might want to keep for your family. When we do the research, hey, that's 10 million, 5 million. Some of them you will keep for later. And this way, they bring me in, okay, that's why, thanks to Dr. Nadi, finally found the title for me. They used to call me the futurist, the realist, the strategist. Now I like the architect. And My job, this team can handle all those variables. Reactive, we don't have time. Proactive, yalla, 6 months, this, that, all those variables we can handle now. And if this is a brother of mine, if I didn't see funny that Andrew saw me. When I saw him, I saw myself. And that's why me and you with Dr. Nader had an issue trying to get me in New York, right? Now there's an Ashcon in New York who's is coming. His name is Dr. Leon. I trust him that much. And just so you know, Rahlu, just 2 days ago, no, last night, I gave our big project, which is 7 million to him under 24 hours, not even 24 hours. He got on with the CEO, they had a big conversation this morning, and he's rolling already with 5 contacts he has. So it's like this gentleman, he has a job too. He's doing the film, and we cannot do everything now. But because of this divine collective, or whatever we did, we have no choice. We can say no to many people and many projects. No, no, no. Why you guys say no? Well, because we would rather do few with good people and fair people, honest people, versus 20 with good people but questionable. So we don't even want to do business slowly with people who are good, but we only want to do good with people that we are comfortable with our family. It's the same thing. See, you're my family, right? So you're my first cousin, you're like my other sister. And now I bring you to them. And Dr. Leong brought his wife. And then Dr. Natalie, this is a family kind of a relationship. And this is some of the things I'll be teaching, right? Sometimes relationships in business for moments, weeks, could be more important than our own wife and children. So what, and I leave you guys with this. I know I told you this before,
just
but Ralu,
final say on the trust part, okay, Ralu, you will not need to negotiate with each of us individually on what money we will get. All of us have already trust, and we already committed that Ashcan will decide how much of these items that they will take, and all of us will share the proceeds with Ashcan. Therefore, you do not have to negotiate
Right.
with me, my wife, or either. Ashcan will decide exactly what item he will take a percentage, and he will discuss that with you directly. And what is delivered to Ashcan will be split evenly between the
Right.
rest of us. So you
Perfect.
do not. So none of us are.
I like that.
All
Thank you.
trust
Yes.
Ashcan. Ashcan will decide how much money each item we will all get. He makes that decision, and we all trust him on that. So you do not need to negotiate with us. Okay. So only that. So I just wanted to mention on that. That's how much trust we have on Ashkin. But anyway, thank you, everyone. I will
Thank you.
send you
No,
this
no, no. I
recording.
wish this is a beautiful, beautiful relationship.
Yeah.
And this is really, really the epitome. I have done everything in my power. I said no. People took me for a ride. Oh God, it's okay. And I never complain. You know why, guys? Why? One day to have such a team.
Amen.
Yeah.
So much
And
love,
this is today.
much peace,
And this is today.
and Christ's
All right.
Thank
blessing
you.
to you all.
Shalom.
So we'll wait out for the
Shalom.
outcome tomorrow. So tell us of the outcome tomorrow. I'll send you
Bye-bye.
this
Yeah,
recording.
tomorrow. I'm so
We are
nervous for
connected.
tomorrow.
And listen,
It'll
everyone
be
is
good.
connected.
It'll be good.
Bye-bye.
No, it's not a WhatsApp group. Rahlo, don't ever think about, yes, I know we are groups, meetings. Yeah. WhatsApp, put the name out. This communication with WhatsApp is holy, allows us to be continually 24 hours in contact. If I'm not available, Dr. Nader, you heard, and vice versa. And then we are communicating there. And once a week, we don't do 1 hour anymore. Once a week, we do half an hour. Half an hour agenda, boom, next. And this is just a start. We're going to take care of your antiques, not a problem. And something bigger is coming. Wait until I tell you that Andrew Wen comes in, whatever she needs to do for you. I have exactly know what she can do for you. What's coming for you in the next year or two is beautiful. And let it happen. No more fear, no more doubt. Don't let your family members that do not know, they mean well, but they don't know. Don't let them hold you back. Be comfortable, absolutely. But this is the team. Otherwise, I wouldn't bring you
Okay.
here. I wouldn't waste my time first. I wouldn't waste Dr. Leon and his wife and Dr. Natalie. Believe me,
Yeah.
I have a lot. I have a menu for each. I have a menu for Dr. Natalie. I have a menu for Dr. Leon and his wife that is coming. But you got the best of all of us right now, as
Yeah.
you deserve. And maybe it was my mom, your mom got together,
Yeah.
God, whatever it was beyond my hand. I just had to be the conduit. And finally, it's happened today. And let's just from here go action and make it happen. Okay. All right.
Absolutely. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.